I was an abortion survivor. And based on that, they said I was born with a defective uterus sideways. And because of that, they said it was going to be impossible to have a baby. When I got married, I had the fear in my heart. I never told him that I could not have children. Then one day I had the courage to sit down and talk to him about it. So I explained to him that I was not going to be able to have a child. And he said, even though if you not be able to have a child, I love you the same way. And that really touched my heart because I got his support, his fully support. And that's what helped me, pushed me through, seeing my friends, seeing many people that I knew having kids after kids. And I was just there watching, helping them, and never be able to have one on my own. I was in service. One day I came in and I knew that this pastor was going to come into our church. And I heard so many amazing things, how anointed he was. I was so busy doing all the things, but I was able to make it into the right time, into the service when Pastor Moses started to deliver a message that God was opening a womb in the congregation. I saw a few hands up, but I knew when I lift my hands up, I grabbed it, my promise. And I said, God, you can open my womb. I know, God, that is a promise that can be fulfilled in my life. I started to visualize my miracle that day. And amazingly, after he left, I got the news that I was pregnant. And it was such a joy. I cannot explain what I felt that day. 3 months after that, one day, I went to the doctor for my regular checkup, thinking everything was fine. I was so excited about everything. And then I got this news that the doctor, in her eyes, she was panicking. I could see that she was panicking, but she didn't want to say anything. And the doctor said, I'm so sorry, but your baby's dead. He or she didn't survive. I didn't know the gender. And I remember that I screamed at the top of my lungs. And I said, God, why? Why this is happening? Then time went by. And I was so busy getting things done, like for the kingdom, not thinking about my own problems or my own issues, that Pastor said, Renata, we bring in Pastor Moses for Nights of Bliss. That was in 2014. And something told in my heart. I said, God, that's the opportunity. And Pastor Moses, not knowing any details about what I was going through, God used him. And he was very specific in what he said.
That lady that's been married for 9 years, no child, believing God, put your hand on your womb because you have a miracle tonight. You have it tonight. I release that miracle tonight. I release that miracle tonight. Thank you, Lord.
He said, God is telling me that he's giving a child to a couple that has been married for 9 years. And I start counting on my fingers how long I was married for. And I said, oh my God, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that's me. And I lift my hands up and I didn't care who was surrounding me. I just started praising God. And that time I said, I received my miracle. I received my promise and I touched my womb. That was July. And in August, I was pregnant with my baby. If you really want a miracle from God, first of all, it's not about you. It's about him. It's about your love. It's about your relationship and trust with God. Because once he feels that you are real with him, he's going to be really real with you. Miracles are things that you don't see. You have to bring to reality what is not real. And that's what I start to do. I start to visualize my miracle. I start to visualize that I would have my baby in my arms. Even though it didn't happen right away, but I didn't lose hope. So shouldn't you. When God says yes, it's a yes.
The reason God does things like this is so you can have a reference point. And you can say, like David, I know how I killed the bear, and I know how the Lord helped me to kill the lion. So this uncircumcised Philistine will be coming down also. And so when you see such a miracle, you know that impossibility does not exist. A written off case, but God had not written it off. And we celebrate this testimony. We share these testimonies. Why do we share them often? Because we are commanded in scripture, and you read about the children of Israel. God said to them, tell it to the next generation. Let the generation after that hear it also. And I like to say to us, many of us keep a record of the negative situations that happen in our lives, like a memorial for all the negative things. As a matter of fact, we can remember all the dates. But we don't have memorials for the beautiful, miraculous things that have happened in our life. And the records you should keep are the records of testimonies, of breakthroughs, of victories, to remind yourself that God has been faithful. And I want us to just lift our hands to heaven and just give God praise for what He has done. God bless you, Renata.